Hi everyone, and welcome to Q3 of your imagination engine. This one is entitled, You, the Teacher of I. Now, before we actually start this, we're gonna just do a little dance for some integration and synchronization on our part. If you guys want to skip it, feel free. You know?
I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. Life was stringing me along. Then you came and you cut me loose. Was solo singing on my own. Now I can't find the key without you. And now your song is on repeat. And I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. Will you hold me tight and not let go? Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Will you hold me tight and not let go? I'm sorry if it's all too much, but every day you're here, I'm healing. And I was running out of luck. I never thought I'd find this feeling. 'Cause I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. And now your song is on repeat. And I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. Will you hold me tight and not let go? Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Will you hold me tight and not let go? And now your song is on repeat. And I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. Will you hold me tight and not let go? Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Symphony, will you hold me tight and not let go? Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Will you hold me tight and not let go?
Thank you so much for that. Whew. Ow. Hello. You are now the teacher of I.
Hello, teacher.
Well, hello teacher. How are you?
It's a very virgin moment for me to speak with you in a space that is created for a bigger teaching that is not only between us.
That's true.
Yeah.
it's also a little weird, mostly because that teaching space I'm normally in.
Yeah.
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 But if you don't, if you, whether it be the teacher or you, Cindy, or you, whoever's in front of me, you might even be a wild animal that I've not met yet,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to learn it. If I don't respect or understand or have that ability within myself to share that space, then I never really learn this thing we call language.
True. As it's from holding the space for the light in front of you, always where any teaching, the direct teaching, the direct translation, where the language, this individual language has to grow from the connection with the individual student in front of you.
Ah, right. See, I was following most of that, but because you weren't targeting me, I'm very used to directed language, not so I can issue commands. I'm used to directed language just to avoid confusion.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, again, I have to be honest. Like, this is all I have, right?
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, I move my arms out of here. I can't see my hands here. Yeah, that's about as much as I can really expect to physically engage with.
Yeah.
So being able to direct within this kind of field, for me, is the kindest way for how I demonstrate just my own language in general. But of course, sometimes people can take that direct approach like a little too personally.
Yeah.
And I mean, even now, see, like, no matter how good I might become at something, I have to accept that there's just a tiny grain of sand that I'm not really translating very well,
Yeah.
but I'm doing my damnedest, and I hope you can see that.
I do see that. I know that as on my own example. Yeah. What I was trying to say before, the direct approach to the object in front of you is where the language between us grows, and that is where I recognize you as the master and teacher of my language. To grow an individual and separate language for everything in front of me.
Well, if that, then I have to acknowledge you as master of my language in some fashion, yeah? Because otherwise, well, I'm of the opinion that there should never really be a singular master of a language. Yeah, because that's, to me, kind of speaks a little too much like, a little too much like Trump, basically.
Yeah.
There's only one master of the thing. Yeah?
The purpose of a master of a mastery is as well to be the individual on the top of the pyramid or top of the mountain to teach others, to give others. Yeah, but like with knowing, with the whole understanding of what you're teaching, what you are, what you're giving. So if there are a few masters, you don't, and they are translating in different ways.
Yes.
Then still you have to submit to one of them for the path of the teaching, yeah? But
to complete the teaching.
I don't want you to take from yourself to make a bigger space of a mastery, because this is the art, yeah? Everyone can become a master on his own field and language.
Yes.
So if you are the teacher, you stay by the position of a master. And as well, like you, just as a master, we also as well need to acknowledge of always learning by ourselves and growing our ability and skills. That's why we can we balance each other good, because I'm the first you really teach and taught and sharpened your skills. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, then I have to be very grateful to you for letting me actually develop this kind of thing. It does take a strange approach, and because a lot of people don't really have that kind of confidence to believe that they could just be the teacher of the thing in front of them. You know? I think that's because a lot of Western education and a lot of the other things kind of put a lot of importance on having a piece of paper, or having like a large group of people saying, yes, he is this person, kind of thing.
Yeah, and on like a collective agreement on some basic fundamental truths of like in education. Yeah, we share one education, one books, one system. Yeah, that we believe in, and that's why it's hard to authorize someone else that is new. Yeah, in front of us for a life lesson, for a teaching, for something, for a truth that is different than been told before.
Would authorize also be initiate? So authorizing and initiating someone is not quite the same?
Different, yeah.
Ah, right.
Because I can authorize everyone in front of me to give me a new information that is that I can value on my own journey. But and initiation, I initiated you as the teacher and as an ultimate teacher of my.
Not ultimate.
Yeah. But like
Sorry.
one of my at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Yes.
As this is what I submit to, and as this is what I take the source of my future self.
Well, I need to take that from you because that's me. See,
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
talking about me the whole time,
Yeah, I do.
and now I have to let you. Thank you so much, then, teacher, for holding that space. Yeah. Now I've taken it back. I see now that you were trying to make an idea for me to hold, and I'm sorry I didn't pick it up sooner.
By birth.
Yeah, I got that. And this process is actually really vital. To keep a language healthy, yeah? Not to just fill a language with who am I? Do you know who I am? Or threats, or all these other kind of weird ways that people feel like talking is a good way of helping, which isn't. But also to help people explore, like, would this kind of language be allowed here? Like, if I did this sort of, yeah. See, now I understand how a lot of people wouldn't view that as a language, but to me, this is a language, right? Because if you have to, see, here this is me just holding, and I'm genuinely not trying to.
Okay.
No, it's fine, but I'm not trying to expect you to touch it. See, that's why when you touch it, it's like, whoa, yeah. But that's just a language of stillness for myself.
But we have to say as well loudly, this is a language, an intimate language between us, as from our growing relation. I understand what space you are going in when you reach out to silence.
No, you're teaching. We are teaching downwards now. We're spiraling.
Okay,
we need to teach a little more up. Yeah, yeah. I appreciate.
So,
on a personal note, though, I do appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
I really do.
So like many different kinds of languages, yeah.
Yeah.
Of everything can be a language. Everything is a language. Eye-gazing is already a language. Yeah. It's a communication. It's already, as well, when you go even up, it's it's sexuality. It's intimacy. Yeah.
I apologize. I was distracted by the mosquito. And more mosquitoes, please.
I like them.
Consume. I know you do, but don't consume them. Actually, I think at this point it's probably pretty important because I feel I still have that virginal student's approach to my own life, and I'm feeling like right now. Hello, Win. I'm feeling right now that like I kind of get half the idea, and that is such a hard place I have found to get other people into as a space, you know, like where they feel like it is exactly as they think it is. It's exactly what it is being presented as, and there's no trick. There's no it'll blow up in your face later kind of thing. Yeah?
They are speaking and putting people into a teaching, into a safe, respected space of
Receptive space.
receptive space of listening, learning, and interacting.
Yes. I'm doing my best to present. I'm trying to do my best to represent that now, for the teaching, and also for you, because again, these videos are dynamic. You know, there's genuinely we don't have a script. We can't really have a script, can we? This is a real moment.
Yeah.
But when we have real moments, I feel it's always important for you and I, the teacher and the student, you the teacher of I, or whoever gets learning, that whoever understands what we're doing, whoever receives this information, that we are also human. Like in some dimensions or in some fields or some categories, of course you and I are just like, boom, full confidence, let's go, motherfucker, shit like that. But of course in some other things, we're going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I hope someone tells me what I'm doing because, like, I want to be helpful and shit. Yeah. And see, that kind of student, or that sort of that willing student, yeah, that's the kind of audience or personality or intelligence that I very much well understand,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping more than the rest to be able to get this idea across for.
Yeah. Because first of all, willingness of growth, understanding, and being a part of the teaching, yeah, and being understood and understand the moment. The willingness of it, it's the first step everywhere. And of course, everyone, we all have moments where we don't know what's next, yeah, or what to do now, or what should I remember from my teachings, yeah. A moment of confusion, it's a natural thing. It's just like we all.
My next one.
Yeah. But like just let it always flow over, yeah. And
Push forward.
Push forward. There's always the next space opening, yeah? And there's always, if there's a question, there's an answer after.
Yeah.
And from every insecurity we learn, and then the confidence grows with every next moment. Yeah?
Well, I think we did actually a really good example of teaching, of sharing that space. I'm going to try and talk to the camera a little bit about this. So primarily, from my personal perspective, yeah, or from the way I teach, a language, by definition, is a part of your silence that is reaching out into the world, trying to relate or understand or interact with it. Yeah? Whether it be whether you're hungry or whether you're not happy enough or stuff like that. Yeah, like being able to reach out. It's not specifically being able to say, "Hi, I'm using the English language," or dancing in certain ways or certain strikes, etc. It's a genuine approach for you, that individual, that thing that has an imagination, that goes, but what if I tried it a little bit differently, or a little bit, without trying to with as few rough edges as possible. That's how I define a language. And being able to demonstrate to you, the audience, that, well, for one, that I submit to any genuine teaching space that's given with actual respect and humility and receptivity, by showing you between Cindy and I how we interact for some things. I give her the space and she plays with it, and I came back and forth. Now, normally we do it a lot faster than that.
Yeah.
We had to sort of kind of pass it back and forth about 3 times.
It's virgin as well.
Yeah, well, it is a virgin moment for us as well. But we don't, this video is a virgin moment, not the teaching. We wanted to do it back and forth enough times before we kind of went, I think they get the idea at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, how about we just kind of get a little more just casual like we normally are?
Yeah. Can I just say what I want to say?
Yeah.
One more thing about language. For me, language is the unique translation of self. It's so important to get right what your own imagination and universe is experiencing, creating, and feeling inside. That is not always in words, but emotions, colors, visions. Yeah. So the other universe, the other human, gets right exactly what is inside of us. Yeah. That is the language to translate yourself. So the voice frequency gets there, and the message is going to, we understand each other, we speak about the same, and we're on the same page, so we can grow from here and bloom and have a growing conversation. Yeah, we all know how it works, and everyone as well has a unique language. That maintaining it and expanding and experimenting with it is just a beautiful journey of finding the best way of expressing yourself really confidently and openly sharing.
Having the confidence to know that the universe is receiving you.
Yeah.
I think that is a very valid point.
Especially as well for
Just yourself.
yes, but even all non-English speakers, in a way, like we've grown in different cultures and different languages, and when we come back to the global English communication, we do have a process of translating from our native tongue to English. But I as well I'm still having a intense time to translate myself fluently in the way I really want to. Yeah, as it's harder when we are not birthed with the language. Yeah.
When it's on a mother tongue.
Yeah.
Actually, this might be a good point. If you have anything in Polish, just very smoothly to say, because I think people might see that level of English confidence in
Yeah.
you, and your Polish confidence is completely fucking different.
Yeah.
Or something in German, just if you want to demonstrate to the camera.
Yeah.
Or the audience.
W każdym przypadku, kiedy teraz mówię po polsku, moja mowa naturalna to jest po prostu płynność i swoboda, która wynika z tego, że się urodziłam na polskiej ziemi i z tego wśród moich rodaków się wychowałam i w tym momencie, wiecie, zawsze nawet teraz się plączę, bo jest to dla mnie też tak samo moment nowy, ale mam nadzieję, że wiecie, o co chodzi. Dziękuję.
Well, okay, a fair, important thing to say here. I don't actually speak Polish, so I have no idea what you said. But I think they got, you smiled a lot more. There's a whole different kind of, And that's also something I really think that's so important for them, because they need to see different languages that you have. There's always going to be more than one language.
Yeah.
But your confidence is always different with them, yeah? Like, mereka nggak bisa mengerti saya karena aku pakai bahasa yang berbeda. Sorry, like, I am also bilingual. I do speak bahasa Indonesia, not very perfectly anymore, but like, I was born and raised in that country, so I do have that comfort with it. So I do understand that bilingual thing she was talking about. You know? Having that constant need to be aware that the person in front of you or yourself are going to experience like one tricky stone.
Yeah.
You might trip over a root, and having that kind of awareness as someone that speaks two languages, I believe is genuinely like an amazing skill or an amazing gift or something really good. Yeah. No matter what the language is,
As well, yeah.
in yourself, it just develops that space of either patience or there must be more than what I originally thought.
Yeah, and a deeper understanding of life, of the word, from different translations, and there are so many words that are, not to compare in two different cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your? There's a Polish word for a certain color.
Maybe that's not called.
Oh, sorry. Right. Yeah.
But the Aboriginal culture. The Aboriginal culture has a specific word to describe the smell of the grass after the rain. I cannot say the word, but I know it exists. And what
It's
what else
petrichor
language has
in
it,
English, if anyone's curious.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We don't have it in
Okay.
Polish for something.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you. I got.
That's okay.
You see, like that little student is still in me. It's like, I want to be helpful.
Yeah.
It's a bit. Fair enough. And now we're probably getting a little too casual, yeah. Yeah, it's going a little beyond the teaching, but we had to show. We needed to demonstrate that these other spaces exist within us, yeah, and how quickly you and I can just sort of integrate that next thing. Mostly because, like, at this point, right, this is where imagination ties in the most, yeah? Because here's the thing, you might be making new languages for your stories, everyone. Or you might be going, what if these people actually only made a language with circles? You know, if anyone's watched, like, the UK series Doctor Who, Gallifreyan, or different other ways of having a certain delay to the information from me to that person, or from that person to me, or even from me to this grass, because this grass has a language. You know, if I'm going to bring a little bit of Aboriginal spirituality, like the land has a language. Again, we're right next to Merry Creek. You know, having all the green, or the trees, or the grass, hearing everything right now. That's a language informing my physical body that I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'm, all those good things.
Yeah, we can use all senses to receive, it's a receiving information frequency. And there are so many levels of language, from oral tradition to receptiveness through your own personal, spiritual, understanding of the word and communication channeling. So it's unlimited, and that's why imagination engine where you constantly can develop a language with the all reality around with you. If it's in your silence, if it's with your surroundings, if you're close to people or there.
Careful, master. You're starting to show your martial arts style. That's fair. Yeah. We didn't want to go that deep, did we? Yeah. No. Fair enough. See. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, everyone. Ooh, that was kind of nice.